Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and this is a game between Gumiho and Dark on Proxima Station, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Gumiho. Alright, so a ZVT blue versus red here between two incredible StarCraft 2 players and LOTV.spawningtool.com, a great resource for replays and build orders as well. I actually had somebody in the comments a couple of weeks ago say, hey, where can I find some good build orders for current builds for Legacy of the Void? And I was like, you know what? There's a new section at LOTV.spawningtool.com where you can find exactly that. It tells you when to build stuff, what to build, and when, and how to respond to different things that your opponents are doing, and it's fantastic. You should check it out. Just go to the front page of LOTV.spawningtool.com and you will find it. Hatch first here from Dark on the low ground. As is tradition on this map, just because you want to get that creep spread started right outside your front door. You can take that third base behind you anytime, really. It's pretty safe unless you're super worried about drops, which is possible. Gumiho, on the other hand, is not walling off because he's Gumiho and he's an interesting fellow. He does crazy stuff. He does stuff with Cyclones. He does stuff with Thors. He's kind of mechy. He also is a pretty big fan of Banshees. So we'll see what he does with this Terran army today. And if it's going to be a Reaper, we have a Reaper name ready to go. And, oh, it's a Marine. It's a Marine from Gumiho. Gumiho, why? This Reaper name list does not get to drop one off today. Still have 14 million on there. Spawning pool being morphed in by Dark. The air conditioning is fixed. It's been fixed for a while by the time of this posting, but man, it is nice to have air conditioning back. You know what's funny is I actually survived the first 18 years of my life without air conditioning. My parents never had it growing up. We moved a few times and none of the houses we lived in ever had it. Had a swamp cooler in the house that I lived in most of the time. It works well in drier climates, I understand. Utah's pretty good for it. Arizona's not bad for it either, but like humid places, it's just kind of not a thing. Swamp coolers, if you don't know what those are, might be called something else. Evaporative coolers, I guess. You can look it up. I'll put a link, but basically it puts water in a thing on top of your house, and that evaporates, and it kind of draws the heat up through it, and blows down cool air through the water as well. It's kind of like it's a dual purpose thing. It does a decent job cooling. It is not nearly as nice as air conditioning though, but it's incredibly cheap. It's so much less expensive than air conditioning is. Meanwhile, factory, as previously mentioned, on the way for Gumiho. Still third base from Dark. I'm very interested by this. I guess he says, you know what? There is no early attack from the Terran player, so maybe I should worry about this. Scout a little bit. My Slover Lords are in position to scout. They're not doing it yet, and Gumiho does have an expansion back at his safe location, turning that into an orbital command. Working on stim immediately is Gumiho as soon as that tech lab finished. Did you see that? Is your timing that crisp? Is it? You liar. Mine is not that crisp either. None of us are. Actually, there was a quote from Tasteless I saw on Reddit today where it said, you know what? I think we have a problem in StarCraft right now where players want to be as good as Dark. They want to be as good as Gumiho. They want to be innovation. They want to be showtime. They want to be zest. And if they're not that, then they're unhappy with their experience with StarCraft. And he's like, look, this game is about overcoming challenges and winning games against people of your own level and learning and growing and having fun is what this game is about. And he says it makes as little sense to not have fun unless you're elite as it is to say, I'm not going to work out because I can't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like, you know what? Some people just have natural gifts that other people don't. And maybe you'll never be at the pro level of StarCraft, and maybe you will. Maybe you'll work your tail off and you'll get there. But if you don't let that ruin your enjoyment of this game. It's a fun game. That's what we're all about. People picked up StarCraft to have fun. I guess some people might have picked up StarCraft for the competitive aspect of it, but I don't know any of those people. So that is the message from Tasteless. I thought it was applicable to today. Evolution Chambers, double Evolution Chambers on the way from Dark, 3 base to 2 base. Right now it's 43 to 35 Harvesters, and Dark's going to start kicking to high macro Zerg mode right now. He's got the 3 bases just about to pop, and that is when it gets really scary. Marine count scouted. Here comes the 4.5 minute double medevac drop out of Gumiho. So no Reaper early, which does allow a little bit of nice time for Dark to get that drone count up. He's at 45 to 37 Harvesters. He's making 14 Lings. He's going to hold this with Lings and Queens. which seems alright. Is Stim done? Stim is almost done. Like 10 seconds from being done here for Gumiho. I don't think he wants to attack yet. Till he has Stim. No, he does not. Especially with those all those queens. Does he just have 5 queens? Is this all the queens that he has? No, he's got another one ejecting. He's got 6 total queens. 7. Making another one. Making a baneling nest. And Stim's done. But Gumiho doesn't want to go into this creep. Gonna come on, scan, clear a creep tumor, and then run away is what's gonna happen here. Lings might get that surround, and they do. They force a pick up and a retreat. Queens trying to stab down those medevacs at the same time. Excellent response by Dark. And then the juke back the other way from Gumiho. Nice maneuver there. Really expects the drop to come over here. The Lings are coming to the third base. They're trying to check the natural base as well. But nope, Gumiho just coming back to meet more of his friends. There's a Cyclone. Along with these Marines now. A single Cyclone. No more are in production. Which is a little bit odd, I suppose. And Baneling Nest just about done for Dark. The Queens really want to kill these medevacs. But Gumiho is a little bit too good to just let them die for no reason. So it's, Lings are really good against Cyclones. I don't know why you brought a Cyclone, to be honest. Lings trying to get that surround action again. Queens picking off the medevacs. One medevac down. Another medevac taking shots, but now we're at a point where the Queens have to actually engage with the Marines directly. The Lings are all gone. Medevacs getting stabbed down. Nevertheless, Banelings. Oh, slow Banelings. Chasing the Marines off the creep. There we go. Back on the creep, Banelings. Back where you belong. Trying to chase Marines off creep without speed is a suicide mission. 100% suicide mission. Marines, medevacs coming up, trying to sneak into this back door. This back door in Dark's natural base. It's his third base. Infestation pit on the way from Dark at 6.5 minutes, because sure, why not? Sure, why not get an infestation pit that fast? Baneling Nest on the way. Or Baneling Speed, rather, is on the way, which again does give Banelings a little more HP, along with that speed boost. They still get target fired down pretty easily by Marines, so it's not a huge upgrade. I honestly can't really tell the difference between Banelings that have that HP upgrade with speed and those that don't. Perhaps somebody can show me a good example of when that's actually mattered. Either way, there also happens some rumors about some nerfs to Reaper. Lings, again, getting a surround on these Marines. There's just enough of them. There's just enough Lings with +1/+1 to make this a really doubtful effort by Gumiho. And the general concept is the damage by KD8 charge is removed, or Reaper cost is increased a little bit. I think they just want 3 Racks Reaper to go away. For a while there, 5 Racks Reaper was just ridiculously overpowered in Brood War, and they nerfed that into the ground, never made it possible again. And this one, 3 Racks Reaper, I think part of it is what they said is it's just too recoverable. What that means is even if the 3 Racks Reaper doesn't kill your opponent, you fail with it, you can still come back and you'll be fine. And I don't think they like that. I don't think they like such a heavy cheese being able to transition into the mid-game so easily, which it is, which I can understand. All right, Queens do take down this Liberator who's been bouncing back and forth between the main base and the third base. Maybe got a kill, like killed a Queen there for Dark. Lings, Banelings with speed, Queens, and Festers on the way. And just Marines from Gumiho. He's got some Widow Mines here. The Widow Mines firing and actually hitting his own dudes more often than not there. That was bad. 5 kills, 6 kills, and I'm sure some of those were Marines. Resources lost here, 2,900. Resources lost for both players, although Gumiho has lost about 500 more gas. And then Dark just has more minerals lost. Fourth base here at the gold base, popping. For Dark, popping, trying to kill these Widow Mines that have caused him so much problems. Gets one, the Marines come to defend the other one, though, and it doesn't go down. Hive, yeah, that's a Hive from Dark. Might as well get an 8.5 minute Hive, he says. That sounds like something I should do. Dark, you are so scary. You're such a scary Zerg player. Gotta cast more of you. Really gotta do it. Lings from Dark, sneaking around this left side, trying to see, is there... Oh, this got knocked down. This debris did. Actually, does that have to be knocked down? I can't remember. How about the other side? Nope. No, yeah, it has to get knocked down. It is not something that gets attacked and then creates the block. The block is there and you can get rid of it with these Lings with +1 attack. So it will take less than an eternity to get it. If they didn't have the +1, an eternity would be a more accurate explanation. Ultralisk Cavern coming in for Dark. You're inside the main base. Got adrenal glands being researched. And another attack. Trying to get rid of this fourth base is Gumiho, but man, not looking good. Not looking good. Lings trying to run into the natural base, but there's enough Marines here with the +1/+1 and Stim that they decide it is time to retreat. Well, looks like Dark might really want to take in his 5th base along this right side, and he is. That's why he's got Lings and Banelings here protecting. This drop flying up does get scouted by a Faster Lord, as it does have the speed upgrade. Lings, Banelings, we're trying to morph up here, but they all get canceled by the Marines. Nice game sense there by Gumiho saying, I saw those Lings come up this way. I imagine Banelings could be morphing in. Gonna try to drop here in this natural. Lings, look at how quickly the Lings diverted. Wow, they were coming to rally somewhere else, and they diverted to that spot excellently, is what they did. Lings, Banelings firing here at the third base. Queen's just doing nothing but trying to kill those medevacs. Those medevacs die, and the dropping units become less of a terror by about 80,000%. This is a pretty big drop from Gumiho, though, coming into the main base, flying right past the Faster Lords. 5 medevacs. Not all of them are full, mind you, but this is still a lot of Marines dropping. This is almost 24 Marines. 23 Marines here. Widow Mines need to burrow. There they go. They do burrow, but they might actually explode on top of the Marines themselves. A drop here at the third base, or natural base, attacking, trying to attack into the fourth base at the same time. It's a triple-pronged attack, and Dark holds that pretty well, with the exception of here at the natural, where I don't know if any drones died. 14 have been killed in this game. I'm not sure how many were from where necessarily, but the fourth base is held, defended pretty much entirely by Queens with +2 armor. Go figure. Ultralisks in production, chitinous plating coming in as well. +3/+3 on the way from Gumiho. He's got a fourth base here at the gold, which is really excellent for all Terran players to get. This medevac hanging out by this fifth base of Dark. Single Marine getting surrounded by 15 Zerglings. It's a rough way to, scary way to go. You think about it, right? You're a Marine, and 15 Zerglings show up and pin you against the wall and just eat your face. Bad news. He doesn't care about Widow Mines. Widow Mines are firing, again, doing fairly well, but also hitting, excuse me, hitting the Marines as well, which is something Gumiho doesn't really want. Dark's doing a great job of dragging that in. 167 and 167 supply. We are dead even at 70 workers apiece, although Dark just lost a drone, probably to make, to make a Spore Crawler here at the fifth base. So Gumiho hasn't done a lot of damage. I'd say he hasn't damaged a lot of Dark's stuff. Dark's been defending well, but it's pretty even nevertheless. Pretty even nevertheless. Marines, Marauders, and Widow Mines with medevacs is what Gumiho is working on. Those Liberators taking part as well. Liberators, something, one of those things that you can do against Ultralisks that will help you immensely. Immensely over time. Lings, Ultras, Queens. Nope, not doing anything there on the creep, and Overlord gets killed along this left side. Just trying to scout, man. Just trying to get information. Spire morphing in and working on more and more Ultralisks. Just kind of one at a time. He's got 4. Making another one, getting +3 ground carapace. Widow Mine does fire and then gets destroyed by an Ultralisk. We have a small drop here between the main base and the third base. Queen, again, really just worried about that medevac more than anything else. If this, I mean, if Dark can teach you anything in this game, it's attack the medevacs. If the medevacs die, your job is easier. 7 have been killed already. Small poke in here from Dark onto the Marines and Marauders, forced to pull back. Wants to spread that creep a little bit further. Assault this fourth base, if at all possible. Infestors are, again, kind of be made one at a time. There is, oh, there's 0? Has he lost Infestors? He lost the one that he made. He's making another one here. Got another drop here at the natural. Lings actually not taking this out. There weren't enough of them. There are only 2. Now there are more. Another attack here at the fifth base. Banelings hitting. Gumiho trying to multitask means your Baneling response time is a little bit less than you would like it to be otherwise. Marines, Marauders pushing up here into the fourth base. It's only Queens, really, and a couple Banelings and a couple Ultras. I don't know. Gumiho might have the big army here. Lings trying to run in here with an Ultralisk. Oh, big time Widow Mine shot. Does kill a ton of Lings. But there's still Banelings crashing into this third. Oh, the massacre. 21 SCVs have been killed so far. Sixth base might get canceled for Dark, but he has units on the inside. And by that I mean an Ultralisk and a handful of Lings, and the Ultra is going to die pretty quickly. Got a few kills. That's about it. Widow Mines here, ready to fire. More Overseers in production as well. This game is nuts. This game is all over the place. So we're looking at 46 to 71 Harvesters. Dark has a lead. Dark has lost some things, but that attack was very, very nice. Dark running in with Lings and deciding, you know what, we can take out these Marauders and these Marines, but they're I mean, some of them they'll get, but not all. Not all of them. Continuing reinforcements coming out of these barracks. Like, just the train never stops. Never stops for Gumiho. That macro is too dang good. Finally, the Widow Mines on this creep get cleared up just outside of the fourth base of Dark at that gold. His fifth base is done. He's got Changelings sitting there. I keep thinking these are actually Gumiho units, but they're not. But they are not. Maxed out armies for both here. Ultras, Banelings, Liberators getting cleared out by Corruptors. That's what that Spire was for. Ultralisks getting surrounded, severely outnumbered here. Maybe a fungal from the Infestors again. Fungal with Ultras is a much better combination. Infestor doesn't have enough energy for such a thing. Corruptors, again, doing a great job against these medevacs, killing 9 of them. There are still 7, and that's it. A good game out of Gumiho. Ah, yes, Lings had gotten into his third base. Lings had gotten into his main base as well. It was 174 to 90 supply, 23 to 73 harvesters. Dark's army right here doesn't look that scary. It is 3 Ultras, an Infestor, a handful of Queens, a handful of Lings. Okay, I guess that's 17 Lings. And a bunch of Corruptors, but, I mean, Planetary Fortress, Marines, Marauders, good micro. Gumiho could have done it, but again, losing everything at the third base again. Ended up losing 47 SCVs in this game. Not great news. Actually, this is 47 and this is 46. The discrepancy on the units lost tabs. And yeah, these Lings causing problems inside the main base were also an issue. So just good multitasking by both players. Dark just kind of got the upper hand at the end there. Upgrades really mattered. The Corruptors against the Liberators meant Gumiho had nothing to deal with the Ultras, really. Nothing really at the end of the game. So it makes sense. 18,000 resources lost by the Terran. And we've got a full 18,000 lost by Dark as well. 19 plus for him. But when you've expanded this much and you have this much income, you're going to be just fine. 350 Lings died. That's more than I thought. 3 Ultralisks, 116 Marines, 31 Marauders, 5 Liberators, 9 Medevacs, and 16 Widowmines. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.